discussion. I also started a discussion on what are the various network connectivities. Okay, like point-to-point network, multi-point network, and also discuss about the various types of data communications like simplex, hub duplex, full duplex. I think all of you have remembered it and understood it. And I also discussed about the various issues in computer networks like performance issues, reliability issues, security issues. Okay, so if anyone has any confusion, any questions, any doubts regarding the discussion of the last class, then you can ask me. Otherwise, I will just go with this topic, which I have recently started in the last class about the network topology, which is one of the very interesting and important topic in terms of computer networks that we are going to finish today. Okay, we'll start with that topic. So if anyone has any doubt, any question, you can ask me. If anyone has any doubt, any question, you can ask me. Any doubt, any question from anyone regarding the last class lecture? Give me your response. What about the others? Anyone any doubt regarding last class lecture?
No, sir.
Shall I continue, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So today my main objective is to discuss about some important properties and some important functionality of computer networks. Like the first thing that I need to discuss today, that is network topology. Okay, what is network topology, and in terms of computer network, how this network topology can be built up, right? So it is also a part of computer fundamentals. That means while you are trying to design a network topology, a network architecture, in that case we have to follow any one of these topologies that has been shown in front of you, right? So the thing is that network topology is nothing but an arrangement of nodes and the lines which are connected among those nodes. Okay, network topology is nothing but an arrangement of uh, connecting lines or cables, whatever you say, and how those cables are connected different nodes. Based on that, the network topology generally gives various architecture regarding it. Okay, so there are mainly four kinds of network topology, four types of network topology available, or we are using in mostly in our the business purposes, or in our day-to-day activity where the network is going to be implemented. So mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology, right? In my last discussion, last class, I already discussed about the mesh topology. Okay, so I'm going to again revise this mesh topology, but I would like to start with a discussion today from bus topology. Okay, first I'm going to discuss about bus topology, then star topology, then ring topology, and at last I will revise, or I will again discuss about the mesh topology, right? So let's start with a discussion of bus topology. The bus topology will look like this. Okay, everyone look at the figure very carefully. Okay, in examination you have to draw this figure. The bus topology will look like this. Why it is called bus topology? Why the name bus is mentioned here? Actually, in computer, when you will open a CPU, okay, if you have a desktop machine, when you will open a CPU, you will see that there are several sort of wires are connecting, or several sort of wires are grouped together, which are connecting various parts of your CPU. Like some wires are connecting your hard disk, some wires are connecting your processor. Okay, some wires are connecting your disk drive. Okay, so these wires are generally called buses. Okay, in computer terms, these wires is general term, because the wire term we are using for electric network, the wire term we are using for any other kind of network. But in computer perspective, we prefer to use buses instead of wires. Why it is called buses? It has some meaning. The bus that we are using, or we are boarding for our day-to-day activity, that bus is, the job of the bus is to carrying people from one part of the, from one location to another location, or from one part of the city to another part of the city. In the same way, the computer buses, the job of the computer buses is to carry data from one location of the computer system to another location. That's why it's called computer buses. Very simple. This is equivalent to our bus job. So it actually carry data or information from one part of the computer system to another part. The same buses concept is applicable in case of network topology, bus topology, and these lines, these cables are called buses, whose main job is to carry information or data from one part of the cable to another part of the cable. So these are the two cable ended. Okay, end has been mentioned. This is called taps. Okay, the connecting points of cable and this drop line. These lines which are directly connected with the stations, or you can say the nodes. These are also called nodes. These are called drop lines. Okay, and drop lines is connected with the help of tap with this cable, and this cable in bus topology is called backbone cable. Okay, this cable in bus topology is called a backbone cable. And these cable generally cable are generally three types. Okay, please remember it. Cables are generally three types. The two types I have already mentioned in my previous class. One is a twisted pair cable and another one is fiber optic cable. There is also one more type, coaxial cable. And our cable TV network generally uses this kind of coaxial cable. Okay, it is the most cheapest cable. Okay, less cheapest cable compared to twisted pair cable. Okay, and the next cable is fiber optic cable. Okay, these are the three kinds of cable. You have to just remember the names of these cables. Okay, the detailed discussion about these three cables will not come into your exam, but you have to know the names of the cables, because according to network topology, you have to know which cable are generally used for which type of topology, right? So for the bus topology, the backbone cable are generally made of with coaxial cable. Okay, the first kind of cable, which is the most cheapest one compared to twisted pair cable, and most costliest cable is the fiber optic cable. Okay. Look, if I want to show you, just wants to show you the various structure of the cable. It will look like this. Coaxial cable. Look how it will look like. Just check out the things so you can understand. The coaxial cable will look like this. Okay, it has some. So it will look like this. Okay, these are the various parts of the coaxial cable. These are central core part, which generally made of with the electricity conducting materials. Okay, it may be a copper wire, it may be aluminum. So based on the material of the cable, it depends the quality of the cable, the speed of carrying the electricity of the cable. Okay, so this is the central core part. This part is called dielectric insulator part. This is called metallic shield part, and this is a plastic jacket. Plastic jacket generally helps to save the cable from outside environment. The actual cable will look like this. If you have a coaxial cable, if you open it, if you have this cable in your cable TV network, if you go to your cable TV network, you will get this kind of cable is there. Okay, some are using a copper conductor, copper coil, and some are using aluminum conductor, aluminum coil. Okay, so this is a coaxial cable generally used by your cable TV operator. Okay, aluminum conductor cable is less in terms of cost, less costliest. Okay, and copper cable is more costliest. Okay, compared to aluminum cable. So this is the actual structure of a coaxial cable. Now I'm just showing this structure because you wouldn't remember, you wouldn't forget these things ever. Okay, now how the twisted pair cable will look. Twisted pair cable will look like DNA structure. Have you ever seen the DNA structure? Okay, twisted pair cable. Twisted pair cable. Look, this is a twisted pair cable. Our RJ45 cable is a twisted pair cable. Okay, and the cable which actually BSNL wires are using, BSNLs are using. So telephone lines are using are generally twisted pair cable. Our BSNL telephone lines are generally using twisted pair cable. Okay, and the Jio in India first time they are using fiber optic cable for the general public. Okay, so this is a twisted pair cable. Look, the two cables are twisted with each other. Okay, there are various colors within that cable. There are various colors of wires. and these colors of wires are twisted within each other. It's looking like a DNA strand, DNA structure. Okay, it's looking like a DNA strand or DNA structure. Twisted pair cable. Okay, so there are some various colors like white, brown, brown, white, blue, blue, white, green, green, and this is white. This is a red. This is a red. Okay, so these are two twisted pair cable. Now these are RJ45. Within RJ45, you will get a twisted pair cable. কারো যদি বাড়িতে কোনো internet connection থেকে থাকে, if you go to that internet connection, the wire which is connected with the router of your internet, okay, it may be a Airtel router or it may be a BSNL router. Okay, at the end of the wire you will get this connector. It is called RJ45. Okay, it is called RJ45, and this cable RJ45 cable, all the RJ45 cable are generally made of with a twisted pair cable. Okay, a twisted pair cable, because nowadays twisted pair cable is most widely or most popularly used. Okay, and it's a little bit costlier compared to coaxial cable. But very recently Jio has introduced a concept of fiber optic cable to increase the speed. I already told fiber optic is the one of the fastest to carry information from one part of the network to another part. Okay, compared to twisted pair cable and coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is the lowest, that's why it's less costly, and fastest, and fiber optic cable is the fastest, that's why it is more costly. Okay, so these are the three kinds of cable. Okay, fiber optics cable, you can check it out. Fiber optics cable, how it will look like. Fiber optic cable. These are fiber optic cable. Okay, it's a little bit complex. It generally works with the light, with the concept of light, with the speed of light. Okay, reflection, this sort of logic is actually applied, and these are fiber optics cable and their ends. Okay, so it's much costlier compared to the other two cables, right? So I think the cable concept is clear to you. So this is a cable in case of bus topology. Look, the bus topology will look like this. There is one backbone cable and there is number of stations. Okay, so bus will be started from this end to this end, and there is a number of stations to send data. Okay, the bus will move into this station. If the data will be broadcasted into that station, the bus will broadcast the data. If the bus move into this station, if the bus wants to broadcast the data, then it needs to broadcast the data into that particular station. Okay, and all the stations are connected with this coaxial backbone cable with the help of drop line. Okay, with the help of drop line. Now, what is the advantage and disadvantage of this cable? Listen very carefully. The advantage of this bus topology, the advantage of this topology is that it using a coaxial cable, which is the cheapest cable in this world, right? So obviously, to implement this entire architecture of the bus topology, or to implement this entire topology, will accrue less cost compared to any other topology. Okay, this is the most advantage of this cable, and the number of cables is also very less. Only one backbone cable is there. Okay, and very small drop lines are connected with this backbone cable. So the cost of using the number of cables, the length of the cables is also less compared to any other topology that we will see in case of other topology when we will compare. And what is the disadvantage? The disadvantage of bus topology tells that, first disadvantage, that its speed is comparatively low. Okay, second disadvantage, that is the most important disadvantage, or you can say the drawback of bus topology, that if in anyhow if this backbone cable has some sort of problem, or facing some sort of problem, or if anyhow this backbone cable will fail to provide the service, or something hardware sort of damage is there in backbone cable, then the entire bus topology will get suffered. The entire bus topology will going to be failed. Okay, no single station can work properly, because all these stations generally connected with the same backbone cable. Okay, do you understand? Regarding the bus topology, do you understand? Anyone has any question regarding bus topology?
What is the main use of drop line?
Drop line is actually look here, several logic is there. Okay, I don't want to explain all this logic. Okay, because this is computer fundamentals, it is not a computer networking class, so I don't want to go into very details. Okay, because there is a frequency changing, and this within this step actually it's working like a repeater. The job of the repeater, whatever signal has been sent from this side, that signal may be weak. by covering such a distance. Okay, suppose the signal has been sent from this side with 2 megahertz frequency. Suppose 2 megahertz frequency, right? When the signal reaches at the last station, suppose due to covering such a distance, the last station signals, suppose the frequency will reach up to 1.5 megahertz. So 0.5 megahertz frequency has been somehow is lost due to this distance covering. Okay, and this tap is actually working with a repeater, which actually job is to amplify the signal frequency. That means it will actually increase the signal frequency which has been sent earlier. So from 1.5, it will convert the signal frequency from 1.5 to 2 megahertz frequency again. Okay, to get the actual signal by the stations. Okay, so these are the different technologies actually applied in entire bus topology. Okay, but I am trying to make it easier presentation for you because it is a computer fundamental subject. So just fundamentally you have to know, you have to get an overall idea of what is bus topology. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So these number of stations, so don't think that these number of stations are only limited stations. That means this cable can maintain only 3 stations, not like this. Okay, this cable can maintain any number of stations based on the length of the backbone cable. This bus topology can have any number of stations. Okay, based on the length. Okay, and based on the capacity or bandwidth of the coaxial cable. Now comes into the next topology that is also very popular. That is stack topology. This is a stack topology. Okay, it's very popular. This is a stack topology. So it is a stack topology consisting with 4 stations or 4 nodes or connecting with the 4 nodes, right? So in this stack topology, there is one central node which is called hub. There is one central node exists which is called hub. What is hub? Hub টা just overall জেনে রাখো, এই মুহূর্তে hub খুব details এ জানার দরকার নেই. So but if you want to know about the hub is working like a connector. Hub is just working like a connector. Okay, this is a hub. A hub is basically a multi-port repeater or connector. A hub connects multiple wires coming from different branches. Okay, for example, the connector in stack topology, which I am showing to you, and which connects different stations. Hubs cannot filter data, so data packets are sent to all connected devices. Okay, so rest of the thing, collision detection, collision domain, you don't need to know about it. Okay, it's a little bit advanced one. Okay, so you just remember hub is working like a connector which will connect multiple stations, and hub is actually a multi-port. Okay, this is a single port, 1 2 3 4. This hub contains total 4 ports. So hub is nothing but a connector of multi-port connections. Okay, provides multi-port connections. Okay, so this is a hub, and this hub will act like a central node of this stack topology. Okay, it will look like a stack. তুমি যদি এই দুটো স্টেশনকে এখানে এই স্টেশনটাকে আর এই স্টেশনটাকে if you draw in this portion, instead of this portion, if you draw this in this portion, these 2 stations, the first and last station, then it will look like a star. Okay, it will look like a star. So star topology, the star topology has a middle node, a central node which is called hub, and it will contain multiple stations or multiple connected nodes. Now, can anyone tell me what is the advantage of this stack topology and what is the disadvantage of this stack topology? First, tell me what is the disadvantage of this stack topology. Which is more important compared to bus topology. What is the disadvantage of this stack topology or advantage of stack topology? What do you think? What do you think?
So the advantage may be that it does not have a single backbone. So if any one of the backbones face the problem, not the other stations will not face the problem.
Right, very good. So there is no concept of backbone, but there is also a single concept which is also called a hub concept. Okay, this is a hub. If this hub will fail due to some any hardware failure, then all the stations will going to be failed again. Okay, no stations will work properly. But if any one of the stations will fail, then it should not be affected with other stations. The other stations will work properly because hub is correctly working. It may be problem that any one of the stations may fail. Okay, so this
Yes,
is
sir.
a stack topology. Now third type of topology is a ring topology. This is a ring topology. Okay, the same concept.
So the disadvantage of star topology?
Disadvantage that one, if the hub will fail, hub is the central communicator. If the hub will fail, then entire topology will fail. Okay, not a single station can work individually. Clear? This is the main disadvantage.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now ring topology. In the case of ring topology, look, the ring topology is the structure is very much familiar with the topology of bus topology. But in the bus topology, there is only a single straight line. In the ring topology, it will looking like a ring. Okay, looking like a ring. So stations are connected through this drop line and a repeater, which I already discussed about the regarding bus topology. Okay, with this ring topology. Okay, and the data actually moving according to either clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and one thing I just forget to tell you, that in case of bus topology, the communication is only single directional. Okay, only one directional. That means either from this end to this end communication happen, or from this end to this end. Okay, any one of the end is a source and another end is a receiver. Okay, but in case of in case of ring topology, you can understand the communication can be in bidirectional. That means either the data packets or information can be moved clockwise, or data packet or information can be moved anti-clockwise. That is a ring topology. Okay, so let's tell us about the advantage and disadvantages. Discuss about it. So in case of ring topology, in this is a ring topology which I already showed in the figure. So the same figure. Okay. So a ring topology advantage is that the possibility of collision is minimum in this type of ring topology, cheap to install and expand. Okay, first advantage, which is a very easy advantage, it is very cheap to install and expand. Okay, so you can easily expand the ring topology. Okay, but it is difficult for star topology to expand, because each and every hub has a limited number of port. Okay, so if the hub reaches the maximum amount of port numbers, then you cannot expand the network anymore. Okay, but in case of ring topology, you can increase the ring, you can increase the size of the ring cable, and you can increase the number of stations associated with this ring topology. So it is cheap to install and cheap to expand. And second advantage is less collision. Okay, collision concept is, it's a little bit difficult in computer networking. Just try to remember, collision means suppose one station sending a packet to another station, and that station sending that receiver station sending another packet to the suppose there are two stations. Okay, and both are sending the packet to the same receiver. So those two packets mean data packets, those two data packets can collide with each other. And if those two data packets can collide with each other, then there is a probability of destroying those two packets each other. Okay, they can destroy each other in the middle of the path. Okay, so before reaching the receiver, the packets may be destroyed or may be damaged. So this sort of situation or scenario is called collision. Okay, there are several algorithms exist in computer networking for collision detection, for collision avoidance. Okay, so how to avoid collision, how to detect collisions. Okay, these are the various things is there. But right now, you just remember this ring topology is suitable for less collisions. Okay. Advantage. Now, what is the problems or disadvantage of this topology? Troubleshooting is difficult in this topology. Addition of stations in between or removal of stations can disturb the whole topology. Okay, disadvantage tells that if you add any station in between this star topology, it will disturb the overall architecture of this topology. Okay, and the second is that the troubleshooting. Troubleshooting means, troubleshooting is a very famous term in terms of computer hardware. Okay, troubleshooting means if any sort of problem occurs in terms of computer hardware related problem, and if you are going to find out the solution of that problem, it is called troubleshooting. Okay, so troubleshooting in this ring topology is difficult. Okay, because the stations are connected, multiple stations are connected. If any one of the stations will fail, then it is difficult to detect which stations will fail and how to recover that problem. Okay, that is called troubleshooting. So these are the two disadvantages of ring topology. Okay. Now the last topology, mesh topology, which is most efficient topology compared to all the four topologies. Okay, These are mesh topology, which I already told. In the mesh topology, the difference is that all the stations are connected with each other. Each and every stations are connected with each other by a dedicated link. Okay. So if the last day I already told the formula, if the mesh topology has n number of nodes, if the mesh topology has n number of nodes, then that mesh topology must have n into n minus 1 divided by 2 number of connections. Okay, or 2 number n into n minus 1 divided by 2 number of cables connected the stations. Okay, now what is the advantage and disadvantage of mesh topology compared to the other 3 topologies? What is the advantage and disadvantage of mesh topologies compared to other 3 topologies? I'm last day in the the advantage and
So here,
disadvantage.
if any of the nodes gets damaged, it will cause no problem in the communication of other nodes.
Yes, because there is no concept of central hub like star topology, and there is
Yes,
no concept of
everyone is connected to
backbone.
others.
Yes, so everyone is connected to other. Only that station will face the problem. Okay, if any one of the station will damage, only that station will face the problem. No other stations will face the problem. They can operate as usual. Like ring topology. Ring topology is same, but ring topology it out a backbone cable. If anyhow this backbone cable is facing problem, then the entire ring topology will fail. Okay. Now this is the advantage. Any other advantage? Any other advantage? Our advantage, our act advantage, that is also very important, and that is related to collision. Just apply your intelligence. Mesh topology avoids collision. There is no concept of collision in mesh topology. Mesh topology কখনো collision হয় না কেন হয় না? Because for all the other
So Karan,
topologies like bus topology and ring topology are facing collisions, but mesh topology never ever face collision. Why?
so since we are having dedicated channels, like one station can send
Yes.
the data to another station
Very
via
good,
only that.
very good. Because collision occurs only when more than one station is sharing the same channel. Tai the collision the tai. What do you mean by collision? Suppose I am taking a class in a room, and the teacher will come to take his or her class into the same room. Then collision occurs. Who will leave? Because two teachers cannot take the same class in the same room simultaneously, because there is no space of taking the same class, and there is a sound problem and there is a interference problem is there. But if two teachers have their dedicated room to take classes, then there is no problem of collision. The same thing is happened here. Look at the bus topology. All the stations are generally sharing the same backbone cable. So data are communicating among them with the same backbone cable. So there is a chance of collision. The same chance will be occurred in case of ring topology as well, because they are sharing the common cable. But in case of mesh topology, there is a dedicated link. So this station is connected with this station. So no other stations will connect it with it. So if the station send a packet, suppose these are server, these are receiver. Suppose these are server and these are receiver. So server send a data packet to the receiver, and receiver send an acknowledgement to the server. So while server send a data packet to receiver, no other station using the same path or same link to send the data packet to that particular receiver. They are using two different paths or different links. Okay, so there is a no chance of collisions. Okay, very good. So these are the two advantages. Now, can anyone tell me what is the disadvantage?
So it's very expensive.
Yes, it's very expensive because each and every pair of stations there is needed a one dedicated cable. এখানে কেবলের সংখ্যা অনেক কম. Okay, the number of cables required is very less compared to mesh topology. And another disadvantage, apart from expensive, another disadvantage.
So it is very expensive.
What she already told that. Any other disadvantage?
So when there will be more stations, it will make a complex network.
Yes, it will create a complex network. It will create a complex. It is difficult to implement mesh topology because of its complexity. Compared to any other topology, is less complex, simple to implement. The most simple implementation is the bus topology. Most simple. Okay. Then comes star topology, then ring topology, and the last one is a mesh topology. Mesh topology is very complex to implement. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? The topology is clear to everyone. Can you discuss these topologies in your exam? Anyone has any question, any doubt? You can ask me. Any question, any doubt regarding this topology? Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. One more topology that I need to discuss. Actually, এটা কোনো specified type নয়. It is actually a collection of all the other topologies, and it is called a hybrid topology. Okay, so in this topology, one or more topology can be connected together to form the hybrid topology. Hybrid topology does not combine all the 4 topologies, but it will combine minimum 2 topologies from all those 4 topologies to create a hybrid topology. So in this topology, can anyone tell me how many topologies has been implemented here in this hybrid
2, sir.
topology?
So
2.
sir.
What are those 2 topology?
Star and
So
bus.
star and
Star and star.
bus.
Very good. So if you cut this picture, this hub, then it will look like a bus topology. Each and individual channel represents a bus topology, right? And if you add this hub, this central hub into with the network, then it will look like a star topology. So one hub will controlling a series of buses, and each and every buses contains a series of stations. Okay, these are hybrid topology. So in some applications, in some complex applications, we require to implement this hybrid topology. Okay. Now, categories of networks. So this is the end of topology. Now, our next topic that I want to discuss about the categories of networks. How many networks are there? How many categories of networks are there? So there are mainly 3 kinds of networks available. Okay, one is LAN, local area network. Another one is WAN, wide area network, and the last one is MAN. Okay, metropolitan area network. And all these 3 networks we actually use in our day-to-day life. Okay, or we actually see in our day-to-day life that they are using. So can anyone tell me LAN network? So I think most of you are familiar with this term LAN connections. LAN it is used for the people who are likely to play games. They use the LAN connections for creating multiplayer options. Okay, so can anyone tell me some real life example of LANs?
So LAN networks are basically found in any kind of institution or any hospital or any school.
Right, but means when a network connection will be installed based on a single building or a single room, a small space, that means distance are small. In those cases, LAN connection is suitable. Like in a single building, there is one office. In a building, each and every floor, there is a defined department of the office. Okay, and all the departments are connected with a LAN. That is called a LAN connection, and LAN is, that's why it's called local area connection. Okay, it actually applicable on the local area, and it actually deals with the short distances. For the long distances, LAN is not suitable. Okay, like তোমরা কলেজে যে ল্যাবগুলো দেখতে পাও, network lab, all the labs and all the networks are connected. Now all the machines of that particular lab are connected with the LAN. প্রত্যেকটা মেশিন কিন্তু LAN এর সঙ্গে connected in lab. Okay, so you can easily communicate data from one machine to another machine. যদি কোনো sharing file করে থাকো, if you have done any time the sharing of files from one machine to another machine, Microsoft এ option আছে, right click করলে folder উপর you can share the folder by giving the password or username. You can share the folder from any other machine which is connected with your machine through a LAN. That machine can fetch your folder, okay, with get a user permission, with the help of valid user permission, and that can be done with the help of LAN. Okay, so designed to provide local connectivity. So how LAN will be connected? This is an example of a LAN. Okay, this is an example of a LAN. So this is a office. One entire office has been there. These are 3 floors of this office, or 3 departments of our office. Okay, and each and every department contains 4 machines, 1 2 3 4 for the first department. Second department contains 4 machines, and third department contains 4 machines. All the machines are connected with each other with the help of hub. One hub is there, multi-port hub is there. So total 12 ports are there. Why 12 ports? Because each and every department contains 4 machines or 4 desktop, and total there are 3 numbers.